Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the journey of one of my one on one clients on her Magnetize Soul Love path. This call is my exploratory call. This is a call where I go through with you to figure out what you really want in your life. A lot of times we know we want love, we might want romance, we might want a marriage, but we don't really know what that exactly looks like. It's a nebulous idea that we hold from our reading of fairy tales and what we see in the media. And sometimes it really doesn't match with what we really want. Okay, how much of us wants to be with a prince and then clean whole day? I'm sure not much successful woman want to do that. So it's important to know exactly what you want and to be sure you want it too, because if you're not sure and you're doing this kind of work, you're actually building up a lot of resistance to the work you're doing. Okay, so this is my one-on-one client. Her name is Lise. You will not see her face because of course it's confidential, but she has graciously agreed to share her journey with you all, and I'm really appreciative of her. So hi Lise,
Hi, Shri.
how are you
Thanks for
doing?
having me. Good, good. Good so far.
You're welcome. So I know Lise personally, so she calls me Shri. My name is Sreshtha Tewari, but a lot of my friends who can't just say my name, they call me Shri. Okay, so today, well, we have 45 minutes. This is my exploratory session, and I have three main intentions for the call. The first one is I want to learn more about you and get a sense of your journey and where you currently are on your love journey, whether you have someone or not, and where you are with that. And then we'll talk about some of the challenges you face on your journey and your vision and anything you want to create in love. Does that feel okay for you?
Yes, that sounds great.
Okay, so the first thing I want to ask, actually, before we start, let's just take a minute to ground. So you're just going to put your feet flat on the floor. You're just going to sink into the ground where you are, and we're going to take a deep breath in and out. Another breath in and out. Last time in and out. Just relax your shoulders, relax your face, and really know and congratulate yourself for taking this moment to really align yourself to your heart's desires, to what is in your heart, and to set a path to moving towards those desires as opposed to the things you believed you had to do in order to be happy. And as you relax into your chair, I just invite you to set an intention for anything that you would like from this call, from this new journey that you're going on. Just in your mind, you don't have to tell me, just set an intention, and I will just hold space for you by breathing. All right, and with that, we're going to take a deep breath in and out. Another breath in and out. Last time in and out. All right, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. All right. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So just for this call in particular, what is your intention for this call?
I it's basically learning more about myself. I know sometimes when you talk out things, a lot more comes out. So learning what I really want, learning what I can do to reach to my dream life, or to bring me
Okay.
closer to that life.
Okay, good. So learning more about yourself and learning what you can do to reach to your dream life. And this is actually so important because we give up so much of ourselves just to please people and society. So I
Mm-hmm.
really love this. I really love this. Okay. Um, okay, so how long, just a general question. How long have you been part of my Facebook group or community? Um, yeah, how long have you been part of my community?
It is definitely over a year. I think I could be a year and a half by now. Does
Right.
that sound right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, maybe a year, maybe like July. Because
Mm-hmm. Would have been
you
a
had
year.
bought the self-study program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct. You're right. You're
I
right. So
think
it's
around.
more a year.
Okay. And how
More
long have you been on your soul love journey?
exactly around the same time I would have
At the
joined.
same time?
I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think you're because as you said, we know each other from before. So I had you on
Yeah,
Facebook, your
yeah.
personal page, and when I saw the group when you were advertising it, and I joined, that's when I realized. Because at that point I was kind of almost given up on that, and then joining the group and hearing certain things you were saying put me back onto the path of wanting it.
Yeah, yeah, not right. Now I remember that you had saw a post and then you had joined
Mm-hmm.
the group. Okay. All right. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. 1 year. And just for everyone to know, so Lise has done my self-study program. It's called Attract the Guy of Your Dreams. And she has done a group course with me called Magnetize Soul Love as well.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to share anything about those programs you did and how it helped you, how you feel you progressed to get you to this point where you've decided to invest in like more one-on-one personal coaching?
Of course. So I'll start off first with the group, right? Because I think for me it happened in steps. As I
Yeah,
said, when
yeah.
I saw your link or your post that was not saying to join, but advertising the group
Inviting, it's
page,
invitation. Yeah.
right, inviting. Um I mostly joined because I knew you, and I know a lot of the things you post on your personal page was there. So it was very motivational, inspirational stuff, as you know. So I joined mainly because of that, but I was at a point in time where I kind of given up on finding my right person. I had just came out of what I thought was a good relationship that did not end as good as I thought, you know. And so I was kind of given up. And when I saw the group and hearing some of your lives, because at that time you used to do a lot of lives, and it's something that intrigued me. I listened, and I think it was around the time you did the video on attracting your dream guy. You did
Yeah.
a little
Yes.
live on it, and you introduced the group program. So again, I felt like it was something I should try. And from there, one of the first things I remember learning from you was the nightly meditation.
Yes.
And I remember that so well because that really transformed my outlook in life, my mood,
Oh,
my it was it was really, and I know I would have told you all these
yes,
things.
yes, you did.
And just because I witnessed or I experienced that immediate, almost immediate change in attitude and behaviors and mindset and all those things, it just got me more interested into the work that you do. And
Right.
that's why I stay positive, you know, because we talk a lot that
Mhm.
I try to stay positive all the time, even when things aren't unfolding the way that I would like it to. But because I've in your attract the guy workshop, the private workshop, and then the work group, because I've experienced and learned from things from you, it also kind of intrigues me to keep doing the work because I keep learning new things about myself, and I know that's the first step into finding that guy.
Yeah. And you did
Yeah.
meet someone, but you had
Mm-hmm.
several offers actually.
Right,
Um,
right. And it's actually because I know I may not have updated you on that, but because one of the first things I would have told you was also that I feel I don't the group that I'm around, it doesn't align with what
yes, yes,
I and I was that was one of the first things I was working with. And even to this point, 1 year later, I honestly am totally uninterested in that group, and
yeah,
I've only been having, like, even with my job, my career, meeting, and not just on a work basis, on a work relationship basis, but also like on a conversational basis, been bringing in or attracting, even if it's on a friendly basis,
yes,
those high value men that I
yes,
was always kind of felt like I was more in line with. But at that point back then, I didn't think I could have, attract them in
yes.
that sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is so important because your vibration, what happens is when you do the work with me, your vibration changes, and that is what really calls in um higher quality, just friends. It could just be just friends. It doesn't have to be men, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
ultimately the people you
Yeah.
surround yourself with are the people who help create you, co-create with them your reality.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I really love that, and I love being like experiencing that part of your journey because I have seen how much you've grown, and I'm excited for getting you even further on the
Yeah.
journey. So it's been a year. You have seen so many shifts within your circle of friends, within just your outlook on life and staying positive.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything else you'd like to share about what's going on right now that maybe you would like to change or shift even more, like to get you to where you want to be?
Yes, I think because you would know, Shri, that there is someone that I've really zeroed in on, and but since the year has started, right? And that um contact, I would say contact because it's not
Hmm.
much of a relationship or friendship, but that is kind of the main reason why I want to keep doing it because I know I'm at a place where I've improved a lot, but I'm still not sure what's hindering me from, getting that person or that situation to materialize. And I know because I've done so much work with you that it's something maybe within my own mindset that
Okay.
I need to work on. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So what, with respect to that, well, I will just say relationship, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Or situation. With respect to that
Mhm.
situation, what is your biggest challenge, would you say?
Um, I think right now
Cause y'all are
I'm not
talking
sure.
or not?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's right now it's a no contact,
No, okay, okay.
but we interact in terms of a social media posting, which to me is not really interactive.
You
So
mean
he
like
will,
liking each other stuff?
yeah, yeah. But we were at a talking stage, and that just went completely cold.
Right, okay. How did it go cold though? Like, did anything happen?
It just stopped. No, we were talking. I wouldn't even say regular. Well, that regularly. It would have been like once or twice a week. But
Okay.
because of the timing and the um the timing when we used to communicate, it used to be after work hours and stuff later in the evening.
Mhm.
It may have gone on to the next morning,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But just like that, it just went cool because, as I say, it would have been like once a week, and then it just never, like the other message just never came
Oh, it's
through, and I
once a
never
week. Okay.
yeah, like once a week. We just touch base, but it will go into like 2 days or something. We'd be chatting.
Right, yes. Okay, okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the impact on yourself personally? Does this impact you at
In that.
all? Or on your
No,
personal
I don't think it
relationship?
does. It
No?
doesn't. I just because well, the reason you're in these sessions is to attract the guy that you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just because it does it I don't know, maybe this is one of the reasons because I'm more or less looking out for a message. I don't believe I do not want to be the one to initiate or start back the conversation.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's because I kind of wondering why he
Okay.
isn't reaching out. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other challenges you're facing right now? Is that it mainly?
Like personally, not just with
Just in
relationships,
general,
right?
you see, everything affects us even though we don't know. So it may not be in your love life, it could be anything, any
Mm-hmm.
challenge that you're facing.
Well, the only thing I would say is as of recently, my job has gotten a lot more hectic
Okay.
and it doesn't affect like my mood, well in my health, like my mood during the 8 to 4
Yeah.
or the work day. But I'm a lot more tired and I know that
Right.
tired feeling it could affect your vibration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something we don't realize as working women, and I had to figure this out, is because we spend so much
Uh-huh.
time in work and our vibration during work can be very different. It actually affects what we're calling in. So, like, even for
Right.
me, I
Yeah.
had to make a conscious effort to keep my vibration up in work and stay happy and not get annoyed. And because those things happen
Right.
to you, right? And I only realized it's like within the last month, it's a long time in work from 8 to 4. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we take a little bit after when we think it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
like for me, especially, I realized my vibration, well, it wasn't as high as when I'm off, like doing my meditation or doing my Zumba.
Right.
And worse yet, if I have a meeting I really don't want to have. So, and we will
Mm-hmm.
work on this. I will help you with this. It is really
Okay, good.
important to try to keep your vibration up during work as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is good information because this is very important. And the
And
tiredness.
just to add to that, because during the 8 to 4, as they say, and the little extra that you do, as they say, your feelings and your emotions all over, right? But even after that, like when I'm home,
Hmm.
I'm so drained and tired. So
Yeah,
it's not just the 8 to 4 work that I look at.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
also to keep it up after that.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
what do you eat? Like you eat on time and stuff in work and drink your water.
Well, to be honest, my diet is so I eat when I'm hungry, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I eat healthy. So I make salads and
yeah.
I drink a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is something I actually like for me, fitness and working out
Yes.
and stuff. The thing is though, because work has been so busy, I haven't been working out as much. I work out
Okay.
after work, yeah. So so because I'm so tired, I don't actually come home and work out as of recently.
Oh,
There's
okay.
some
Yeah.
days I would miss. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So this impacts your fitness routine.
yeah.
But it's good that you eat. And eating when you're hungry,
Mm-hmm.
nothing is wrong with that. That is more intuitive.
Right.
Once it's not like
Yeah.
when you're so starving, but that's more
No, no,
intuitive
no, no,
eating. So
no.
that's really
Yeah.
good. Um, okay. Yeah, and then you feel drained, and then it's hard to keep your vibration up when you drain because you just need to rest. And rest is also important
Mm-hmm,
in
mm-hmm.
creating what you want. And sleep. Well, I know you got your sleep, I believe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah. I don't play with my.
Okay. All right. So have you considered what your situation could be like a year from now if things stay the way they are now? Like, is there anything frightening or worrying about that? Or anything that makes you
Um,
anxious?
yeah. Um, I I mean, and I'm speaking a lot because I've done work with you before, right? So
Yeah.
I know sometimes I know how you're gonna respond. But but I always felt like I wanted more kids, but I want a family. So I don't want to have kids outside of marriage again.
Mhm.
And I always wanted a husband, and I could always see myself with more kids. But as I said, when I started this journey a year ago, I felt I was giving up on that because of age, as and how and women and age when it comes to pregnancies and things like that, right? So I was giving up on it, and then I realized, and I also know that you've helped people who actually found their person. So I now because I know that's something that I truly want, as you always tell me, you can have anything you want.
Yes.
Um I because I know that's something that I truly want, I want to keep doing the work so that I could get there as fast as possible so that I'm not, it's not another year of me just passing time and saying, well,
Yeah.
it may not happen for me, so let me just leave it like that, you know.
Okay. Okay, so you really want just now, you really want a family and kids from that unit, and you're in your 30s, right? Is it under
Hmm.
35? I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, right. And so that has a part to play in it because of your biological.
Hmm.
Yeah.
God,
So, but
God,
I
yeah.
completely understand this, and yeah, we will work on because impending worry also affects you as well, right? So,
Hmm. Hmm.
we will work
Hmm.
on this as well. And why? Well, you probably answered this, but I'll still ask you. Why would it be important to create this shift now?
Just because I think I'm getting older. I think,
Okay.
because of where I'm at life in terms of career-wise and job and family life and everything, I think now is when I'm most open to receiving it. And I think
Okay,
because of
nice.
that, yeah. And I know I'm in a healthy space to receive it as well because there's not things like, oh, well, I want to focus on my career or I want to focus
Right.
on, you know,
Okay, okay.
and
So
I
you
think
feel,
that's what, yeah,
go
I
ahead, go
think
ahead.
that's why, yeah, I think that's why I look out for it. I know I'm not supposed to be looking out or I try not to expect things to happen or I try not to put urgency on the matters. But I think that's mainly why I want to do this because I know I'm in a good space to receive.
Okay, yeah, and that's very good and important. So you feel you kind of have everything else how you want it,
Figured
and
out
it's just
and
the
yes,
speed. Yeah,
correct. You
just the
said it
speed.
perfectly.
Okay, okay. And then when you get these things that you want, what becomes possible in your life? Like what doors you may think may open that you probably think is not there
Um,
right now.
just just the nuclear family life that
Okay.
I envision for myself, which is, and this includes everything. And this is not just me having someone that I'm
No,
looking
I
for.
know. Yeah, yeah.
It's the making breakfast for the kids, getting up, making
Ah, I
breakfast
see.
for the kids, having lunch together, preparing lunch together is the full work of just
Right.
having that nuclear family. Yeah.
Yeah, and we will actually build this out. My first session is building out the life you want with you, right? So we'll build this out.
Right.
Yeah, so this a lot has to do with connection, feeling connected, and
Mm-hmm.
having
Mm-hmm.
persons around you connected to you, persons who you love, that you could share simple things sincerely. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have this growing up?
I did, um, but I envision mine to be a little better in terms of, so I grew up, my mom and dad are East Indian. So, and they had that traditional type where the mother will do all the housework and he
Okay.
will just go off
Yes.
to work, right? And
Yeah.
come home and she's thinking about the house, the meals, the kids, everything. So, I mean, but they were both present. It's just that I would like a little more connectivity, as you said, in terms of
Okay.
us both helping each other out or doing it together even.
Okay, so you had a good structure, um, but you want it to be more cohesive. That's
Mm-hmm.
the upgrade
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for to
Yeah.
feel. Okay, yeah. So present is an interesting word because somebody could be physically present but not emotionally present. So is
Correct.
it the emotional
It's the
presence that you want?
emotional. Yeah, because I know some families, like how I saw it with my family, it's almost a like a preset. Back then they
Mm-hmm.
would say that, well, men are supposed to work and women
Yes.
supposed to do these things, right? And it's almost like a marriage. I don't know if my parents saw it like this, but that's how my understanding is
Yeah.
back then, how it's done, that a marriage is that you have to because you need someone to pay the bills
Right.
while you, right? And it was almost like you're just doing it to because of you need
Yes.
him and he needs you
Yeah.
to eat things like that. But I don't want it like that. I want we both want this because we really want to be with each other and we
Yeah.
want to do things with each other and enjoy each other's company
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I understand a lot more because those
Hmm.
was your parents' marriage arranged?
I wouldn't know, but they they I don't think it was.
Yeah, those traditional marriages, to me, this is my interpretation, was
Hmm.
really like an exchange for physical safety, but not mental and emotional safety.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
the exchange was the guy is like, I'm gonna give you money so you physically safe, you have shelter, you have food,
Hmm. Hmm.
maybe some intimate physical needs are met. And then the woman is like, okay, so you're gonna give me these things, and I'm gonna make sure I cook the food for you. I'm gonna make sure you have like clean surroundings. I'm gonna
Hmm.
take care of you physically again. But I think in a lot of those marriages, like what we desire, which is true connection and true, being together in a way that is fulfilling more on a mental and emotional level, they may not have experience.
Correct.
It's not that they didn't want it, it's just that they like sacrifice
Hmm.
that for the physical safety, which is an illusion. Right? So now I understand that's more of what you want, that
Yeah,
nuclear
I
family
agree.
and that connection and that emotional
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, safety and well-being. Okay. All right. So actually in one of these sessions I'll go more into this because I'm sure there are other things that maybe you would have observed with your parents that
Hmm.
would cause you to, even though you want to be with someone, underneath it, you could still be carrying like unconscious fears around it.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And I also want to ask you, is there anything in general that, like any major experiences that you went through that hurt you? And if the answer is no, that's fine. I'm just asking, right? In your life, and it could be anything. It could be just before you were going to, let's just say, graduate, like something happened to make you feel really sad on a day you should have been really happy. It could be anything. So I'm just asking, and it's okay if nothing comes now. Sometimes things come after. If there are any situations that come to mind that you remember were really deeply hurtful, or made you really sad, or made you angry, or bitter, or anything like that.
I think it's mostly there's two main um times when I felt like this. One with my family, um being I think compared, so
Right.
I have siblings, and yeah, just being, but when you have that one sibling who gets all the attention, and then you trying to get, you're doing things, they're actually seeking out the attention, but you just don't get it
Yeah.
back. So
Are you
that's
the,
one. And
which
with
position in the family are you?
middle.
Oh,
So I
you're
have
the
a
middle.
older and a younger, yeah.
Okay, okay. So the younger child got a lot of attention.
No, the older,
The older one? Okay.
yeah,
Okay, cool. Go
the
ahead.
older one. Yeah. So that was one. I mean, I don't want to go too much into it because I know we probably would
Yeah,
in the other session. But
yeah.
that was that. I mean, and those are like many situations
Okay,
just
but that's
growing up
important.
where,
Yeah.
yeah, where I could feel even up to this day it happens,
Okay.
And then the second one would be like in past relationship. I mean, I could point out at least, I don't know, 10 situations in past
Okay.
relationships, the in the whole line where I was disappointed deeply with
Okay.
things that they may have done or said or things like
Okay. Disappointed. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, this is really good.
that. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Um, all right. So in your love relationship, is there anything you want to avoid?
Um, I think just another wasted. I don't mind meeting people and getting to the dating stages, but I think I just don't want to get fully attached to someone again, and it's ending again. I
Yeah.
don't think I have, yeah, I don't think I really wanna. So that's why I'm really interested in doing this as well, because I know I want the next one to be the last one that I go into, the last relationship.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I understand this. And one thing we're going to work on is understanding a relationship as like icing on the cake, as opposed to being
Hmm.
mixed with the flour and the sugar and attached.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
relationships, I know we are made to believe that it's attachment, but it's actually not. When you're in a relationship in a whole complete way, knowing that you are whole and complete, and this person is there as like a trampoline, as opposed to building the rocks under you for you to stand, is a completely different feeling.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
whatever the person does, they are free to do, but it would not affect you to the extent it would if you were like enmeshed with them, right? So
Okay,
I
okay.
understand this. I understand not wanting to date. I understand not wanting to waste time, and all of those things are really a factor of the immediacy we have been groomed to want, without understanding how to really call someone in. So we work on all of that. So the program that I do, I would do for you, because my one-on-one programs are unique to the person. So I feel there's a lot within your family that we would work on. We would work on
Mhm, mhm.
the disappointments that you had before, because your past relationships, unfortunately, they would build your a false expectation of the future, and we just need to clean that up before you move forward.
Right,
And we would
right.
also work on different things that you experience, like with grief, because you had told me before, like you had one major grief, things like that, and then
Mhm,
understanding how to build yourself so that within the relationship, whoever you find is like a trampoline for you. It's like, wow, my life is so awesome, and you came in and it's even better. It's not
right.
like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, my life is crap and I need somebody to make me feel better. It's two completely different things. One is from a space of lack, which is what ends us in the relationships with not so good people, and then the other is from a place of being whole and fulfilled. Does that make sense
Mhm,
to you?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot.
Yes, so the first, what we would do, this is our exploratory session. So the first session, what we would do as we were talking here is I would build out exactly what your dream life looks like. We would put it down on
Mhm,
paper. We'd build that out at first, and then we would go more into identity work, which is the person you would be if you have that, and just bringing that closer and closer. And I know you did some work on that before, but we just bring it in closer. And we would also work through the different things I spoke about that you brought up. And then there are certain things in my program I do as well that we may not think we need, but like to me, I just find it very helpful to do that, like cleansing, making sure that we okay stepping forward, because what happens is a lot of things that happen, we store it in our body without even knowing it, and we
mhm.
forget about it, but it is part of what blocks us from calling in more, because our body is finite. And it is actually, like, I like to picture, like, written on each cell all of your experiences, and we could wash them away and let them go, or we could hold on to them, and that impacts us as well. And everything I do, Lise, is researched, right? I didn't really think of a lot of these ideas, but it's my interpretation of everything
Mhm.
I have studied and read. All right, so do you have any questions?
No, none right now.
Did you get what you wanted from the call?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you get
It
the intention?
brought a lot of clarity, and I like the plan that we have going forward. I'm excited to work on this.
Yeah, yeah, and it is the first. I know I probably didn't explain this before. The first three
Mhm.
months is 12 weeks, and we meet every week. And then it's actually
Okay.
5 months, right? The other 2 months we meet every other week. So the other 2 months are really, the program is more or less finished, but in case things come up, sometimes things come up when we end. I think that's partly
Mhm.
from not having, these sessions. I think things just come up. So I just hold the other 2 months as well, where anything that comes up, we treat with it. And again, even through the program, anything that is happening in your life at the time, we treat with it one time. So it's anything you need to bring to a call, always bring it, because anything that's live is what is happening for you in that space and time, and it's important that we either talk about it or do work around it.
Right. Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Okay, cool. So it'll be the same time next week. And if you need
Mhm.
anything, a part of the program as well is you always have access to me. So I know we're friends, so you probably already have this, but just in general for clients, you always have access. So
Mhm.
anytime you need to message, you message me. Sometimes I can't respond one time, but by the end of the day, I will respond. It might be late in the
Mhm.
night too, but I will respond.
Mhm.
All
Okay,
right.
sure. Thanks so much.
Okay, Liz. Bye.